Hey traders, I'm Charting Man Dan of The Chart Guys, your home for technical analysis in the markets. We've got a slow start to the week, but CPI numbers tomorrow morning should see the volatility pick up a bit. Let's check in on some key levels of what we're watching into tomorrow morning.
So it's been a very slow start to the week. We've got SPY volume yesterday, 50 million, today 48 million. And if you look back, you can see that that's the lowest volume we've had since Thanksgiving half day of trading. Otherwise, this is the lowest volume in almost a year. So market is clearly waiting for CPI numbers tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We did see a daily lower high set in SPY. So the way we are viewing this, or the way I'm viewing it, is a low, higher high with no follow through, pretty much a double bottom. Daily lower high is set, and a bearish reaction to CPI will have us follow through back towards support, and a bullish reaction to CPI will have us set a quick little higher low and test the recent high of the bounce last week. So bears are, SPY right now can go either way. Absolutely. It's a potential head and shoulders pattern. We had a spike down on news at the end of the day that, Biden and the GOP not reaching any compromise with the debt limit, debt ceiling. So we're going to have to watch those headlines, which same old song and dance. It comes down to the wire. We'll see. But QQQ, really, I headed into the day saying QQQ bears must break the low of yesterday with SPY if we're going to see any bear follow through. And they didn't. So QQQ just a daily inside bar. If it breaks bear, we watch key daily support of 315.12. But the day was mostly just not much going on. There were individual names that had some nice volatility. I took a couple trades, but I'm definitely, yesterday I took 2 trades. Today, maybe I took 3 trades overall. And just being very patient. One trade that I took today was an it was a Meta short. And I was shorting for this 5-minute lower high. Got a good entry, exited partial, anticipating the possibility of a 5-minute higher low and an equilibrium. News spike stopped me out of the rest of the position. Fortunately, it was a very small loss because I exited half of that position in profit, anticipating the possibility of a 5-minute higher low. Lori and I took the same trade on our own here. I was watching the 5-minute falling wedge on NVDA. QQQ was testing its low of yesterday. NVDA was testing its low of yesterday. And so played that bounce up there. Just a quick trade before a lunch break. And then at the end of the day, I took PENN short. Didn't realize that the bell was about to ring. And so it was this 2-minute lower high that I got, but just a tiny little taco win. I call it a taco win because it's enough for a free taco feast. Dinner paid for. But other than that, not a whole lot going on. I did exit my remaining KRE bear swing, anticipating a 4-hour higher low was the most likely scenario, and we now have that. You can see PACW, the regional bank that's been beat up the most, had a 4-hour higher low set. So KRE bulls need follow through tomorrow for that 4-hour higher low to put us in an equilibrium, because if it's a bearish reaction to CPI, it's a potential 4-hour bear flag. I like it on the 4-hour for clarity, but really it's just the daily chart trying to confirm an uptrend for the first time in a long time. And again, the bulls need a bit of help with that. The financial sector, XLF, also looking for the daily higher low. And XLF is very interesting here. Again, I know a lot of people are bearish the banks, but if XLF can confirm a daily uptrend, that is then a weekly higher low being set. And watching for the possibility of a weekly higher low being set. And we're in a spot right now where the bears need the headlines to keep coming in the financial sector, in my opinion, because without those headlines, if we go a week, 2 weeks without any more banking news, then that's going to be bullish. SMH, double top at 125.18 resistance, so a nice tightening range here. Lower high, higher low, double top. Anything above 120.94 will be another higher low. So tightening daily range on watch. Keeping an eye on how that breaks. If it breaks bear, it's a quick weekly lower high being set for the potential of a head and shoulders. And I will be watching the semiconductors as a bear if the NASDAQ starts to weaken. We've got AMD still holding on strong, watching for possible daily consolidation. NVDA is definitely like a rising wedge. Bull break into consolidation, bull break into consolidation. It's essentially what happens is, you stop out top fishing bears, and then who else is left to buy? Nobody. So you consolidate. And then you stop out the bears. Who's left to buy? Nobody. So you consolidate. So anything above 270, 240 is a daily high or low. And just watching these daily high or lows to see how long the bulls can keep those up. Healthcare also tightening up very nicely. So I'm viewing this as a little mini tightening range. We did close at the low of the day. And if we drop down and break 131.84, that will be a red flag for the bulls. I'm in this JNJ swing still from when this weekly stair step broke bull. But if we drop down and break 159.65, I will be all out this position because that would be a failed weekly trend change attempt and back to lower highs and lower lows, potentially marking a new monthly lower high. IWM, bulls need to shape up a 4-hour inverse head and shoulders here. And it's possible they do need a bullish reaction to CPI. But 175.55, 175.70 are our neckline resistances. This has to be the daily high or low for XLF, KRE, and IWM, the low of today. If it is not, then it's a red flag for bulls. That will just be the bears continuing to affirm their complete control. The burden is on bulls on these three names to prove to us that they are shifting momentum with an uptrend on the daily chart. And so they've got to set the daily high or low ASAP. Biotech sector continues to impress. I was looking for hourly oversold and watching for a daily high or low, and we just didn't get it. There was some news and or some earnings reactions, I should say, that definitely helped the sector. I forget the name off the top of my head. But daily bull flag confirmed to that higher high. A lot of space for an hourly high or low on consolidation. And keeping an eye out for the bigger picture levels. 92.60, big picture resistance to be watching. Keep an eye on uranium, CCJ. Weekly stair-step pattern, 8 weeks in a row. And why I care about CCJ is we've got a year of an equilibrium on the monthly time frame. And we are about 4% from resistance. We have been tightening up. I drew that wrong. But we've been tightening up for this long. And we are knocking on the door of resistance. I really want weekly consolidation here because I don't have a position and I would like one. So I want to see a rejection of 29.73 and I want to look for an entry on a weekly high or low, but bulls might just climb their way right up to 29.73. It was very clear. Look at the strength of that today. Just sustained buying all day. And the sector had a big day overall. Another name, UUUU, big green day. So our resident uranium expert, Red Devil, suggesting potentially ETF buying with how the sector was responding today. Keep an eye on that sector. It may come alive second half of the year. Cannabis TLRY had a bull break with no follow-through, and it's looking like daily consolidation is shaping up here. If we break 270, we'll look for the daily high or low. MSOS already started daily consolidation now. So cannabis daily uptrend, but just looking for a weekly lower high at this point. And we'll see if that's going to shape up quickly. The dollar is holding our base of support. Have to get over 102.40 for a very clear hold. CPI reaction coming. Gold daily high or low set. Still watching the potential of the rising wedge. Silver a bit weaker, but still holding daily EMA 12. And the miners tightening up real nicely. A lot of things tightening up and expecting breaks this week. Oil, daily EMA 12 resistance being tested, still a 4-hour uptrend. New support is 71.34, and we're testing that high right now. So keeping an eye out for daily consolidation soon in oil. Inventory report tomorrow. A lot of space for a daily high or low to be the result of the next consolidation. And natural gas, 50% plus bounce retracement. So we're going to be looking for a daily high or low to try and form from here. And we'll see if the bulls can confirm the first daily uptrend in over 5 months. So quick update today. Not a ton going on in the market, but some nice tight ranges to be watching. SMH, XLV, SPY. The dollar's tight. So expecting volatility to pick up a good bit. Second half of May here. All about, for me, this week is all about the dollar and its key support in the financial sector. Can these bulls shape up a daily uptrend in the financial sector and start to put pressure on the bears, which are a little bit too many bears on the side of the boat, in my opinion. Unless they get a headline, then they're perfectly correct. But in the absence of a headline, there's too many bears on the side of the boat in the financial sector, in my opinion. All right, appreciate you watching. Do good things, and we will see you tomorrow.
Quick garden check-ins. So we've got in this bed some self-seeded poppies and the asparagus. Planted a bunch of flower seeds around here as well. Flower seeds in that bed. Flower transplants, volunteer leek, more flower seeds. These are beets and onions, and that's some self-seeded mustard greens. Peas along the fence, climbing up some chicken wire. We got lettuce, kale, collards, carrots. I plant them this close together and then thin them out and leave the strongest ones. When you only have a few plants, all the bugs gravitate to just a few plants and they do a lot more damage. When you've got a sea of plants, it doesn't really have much impact. You can see there's some nibbles out of these, but those will be the ones that I pull, and the ones that are perfect will be the ones that remain.